the biggest entrepreneur platform on the planet. This is Business Rockstars.
This is Business Rockstars. I'm Mark Black, and joining us is Taylor Knowlton. She's an entrepreneur, and she helps inspire others to live life on their terms. It's a pleasure to have you on the show.
I'm so glad to be here.
I'm so excited for you. So let's dive in. I wanted to talk about how you inspire others and how you ultimately came about getting into the space that you're in now.
Absolutely. So I went to college. I felt like I had everything figured out. I followed a specific path that was supposed to make me, I guess, feel like I was on top of the world and doing everything correctly. And then when I got there, I realized there had to be something more. There was no way that this one life that we get, that's where it stops, is doing the same thing every single day, not truly feeling like you're doing anything that's helpful and fulfilling in life. So that's...
Go to school, get good grades, get a job,
right.
Retire.
Exactly. So that's how I felt, and I felt like it was so backwards. I felt like the retirement period, I guess you could say, should be at the front of your life, where you're actually getting to live life. You're actually getting to experience things, actually getting to see places and go places.
So,
and
I don't know about you, the last thing I want to do is start traveling the world at 70 years old.
Exactly.
Right?
That's how I felt. And I felt like I did everything in the exact order that I was told to go in. And then I got right there where I thought I needed to be and realized there has to be something.
Well, you found it young, right? Let's just... Most people never find that out, or when they do, it's too late in life. So is that what you do, is you focus on helping young people figure out early on how to live life on their terms?
Yeah, really the biggest thing I focus on is really helping people see that you really do only get to live once. And that's something that at first I felt like was pretty cliche, because you hear that all of the time.
Yeah.
You only live once, YOLO. I thought that was so, I didn't think of it the same way as I do now. So talking to people, especially younger people that, you know, are going through that same path I went through, where they went to school, they felt like they had everything figured out, they wanted to start their life, and then they realized really quickly that that's not how it worked. That's really what I'm trying to show, is you really only get to live once. There's one shot at life. You get one shot at every single day. Like this day today we don't get back. So that's something I really focus on, just helping people see. That's something I had to tell myself every morning after I got to that point where I realized there has to be something
That's
else.
really the first thing that any change in life, relationships, finances, whatever, is an awareness. So you help spark the awareness. Why do you think now, I feel like millennials are so aware that the old model of the baby boomers, our parents, is broken, and now we can follow a new path? I think it has to do with social media, the internet, and other technology. But what about you? Why do you think millennials are so aware of not following the old path like you're talking about?
Absolutely, and that's a really good question. One thing that I think, obviously, social media has influenced a lot of people's thoughts on what's actually possible. That was one thing. I feel like growing up, what's possible and what people actually do and what people can do, it was really limited, and now it's definitely grown, even over the past just few years, just seeing that people can actually do things, people can actually make a difference, people can actually travel the world at 23 doing whatever they want, whenever they want.
Which wasn't even possible just 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And if I feel like back in the day, saying you were an entrepreneur meant you were unemployed. And now, you know, entrepreneur can mean so many things. I feel like the new rock star of today is the entrepreneur. People want to, it's like rappers and like athletes and then entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So how are you actually helping people? Let's dive into like the nitty gritty. So I'm somebody who's a millennial. Age is irrelevant, I know that, but let's just say for myself, I'm a millennial. I'm sick and tired of following the old mold. I'm aware that I want to create this new lifestyle on my own terms. What's the first thing you help me do?
So I have a coaching process that we go through with everything that we do in our business. So that is one thing we really focus on, is making sure people understand what their goal is in what they're doing. They know what they want their outcome to be. So that's one thing that I like to help people establish, is where do you really want to go? Because if you don't have an end goal in mind, it's hard to get anywhere. So that's really what we focus on.
So first step's clarity.
Clarity, knowing what you want, really having that vision built out. And it's hard, it really is. I feel like so many people see, oh, people are working online and it seems like something easy. It's definitely not something easy. It's really, you know, getting your mind in the right spot, knowing what is possible, knowing that you're capable of doing whatever you set your mind to, and then helping other people get into that spot. So that's really where we're at.
I think you hit something that I wanted to like expand on, is a lot of people are worried about failure before they've even started.
Absolutely.
And it's like, okay, look, you can achieve anything you want over a long enough period of time, but if you're afraid to even fail early on, you're never going to get the benefits on the other side. So how do you help people overcome fear of rejection, fear of what my parents might think if I follow that path when they've invested so much for me to go to college and follow the path that they followed? How do you help people overcome that limiting belief?
Absolutely, and that was something that at first was hard for me because I had that limiting belief. I didn't know what was actually possible.
I did. I think everybody who goes out
Right.
and ventures on that path feels that because it's against what we've all been taught.
Yeah, exactly. It was like I was trying to completely shift my mind in a different way that I didn't think was possible.
Yeah.
So what really helped me was having a mentor that helped me by saying if I said I can't do something, I had to reword how I was doing it. I can do it. And so that really, I guess, trained my mind to think, you know, I can do anything. And now I confidently can tell people, you can do anything. I have no doubt that you can.
Yeah.
And
So you were afraid. You had a
Yeah.
mentor who instilled positive beliefs in yourself. That helped you take action. Even if you were afraid, you took action, realized it's actually not that scary.
Right, yeah.
Failure is not that big of a deal. It's a lesson hidden in a gift.
Exactly.
And so, okay, so the first thing is getting clarity. Next thing is we got to overcome those limiting beliefs that are going to hold us back. And then you said something that I think is probably one of the next steps is you got to find a mentor, or you got to get into an environment of other people who can kind of hold each other accountable, can support each other. Tell me more about that, because a lot of people make the excuse, I don't know where to find mentors. What do you say to that?
That's funny because that's another thing. When I started this, I didn't realize like people have such a big impact on your life. Like people that you wouldn't think are going to completely
Good or bad, by the way.
Right? Yeah, yeah. Either way, but just really knowing that a person, just one thing that someone says could completely change your mindset on something. So just surrounding yourself with the people that you want to be like, having those positive affirmations told to you or told to yourself is something that is huge. It completely shapes who you are as a person. A super cliche quote.
Some of those are the best. I have one ready to tell you right now, too.
Oh, great. But you are who you associate with. And that's something that has been so huge. This just being with entrepreneurs that actually have a vision, have a dream, knowing that anything is possible, knowing that we can literally do anything. Anyone can do anything, because that's so true. That is the biggest thing about this, is just knowing that you can and being around those people that support that. You are who you associate with.
It's like the old, I think it was Jim Rohn said it best. He's like, you're the sum of the 5 people you hang out with. Now, the number 5 may be irrelevant. It could be 7. But the point is, just like you said, you are who you associate with. If you are trying to stop drinking or smoking, you got to stop hanging out with people drinking and smoking.
Right.
If you want to be smarter, you need to hang out with other people that are smarter. If you want to be more successful, you got to hang out with successful people. Something that I was going to say, because you were talking about positive affirmations, one of my favorite, and I have a lot, is this new saying, what must I become to manifest the vision that I am beginning to see?
Oh, I love that.
So do you have any positive affirmations that you say to yourself, maybe right when you wake up or throughout the day, to keep you going, that other people can learn to model?
Every single day I look in the mirror, and at first I thought this was hilarious. It was actually someone in our business that was like, oh, do this every day. And I kind of laughed at it. I didn't think that affirmations would do anything for me. Now they're huge, but every day I look in the mirror and I tell myself, you are humble, you are kind, you are abundant, you are giving, and I stick with that every single morning. Those are the 4 I tell myself, and I feel that way. It's crazy how that just molds your mind.
For the people out there that might be saying, because it's always safe to protect yourself and be like, look, it sounds silly, but and so I do the same thing, right? It's like, it sounds silly, but here's the thing. It sounds silly to look in the mirror or to tell yourself positive affirmations thinking that that's going to help you. But if we look at it on the opposite, if you told yourself every day, I'm stupid, I'm ugly, no one likes me, I can't achieve anything, you're going to go out into the world conditioned with that. And then if anyone else reflects that to you and says that to you on a social media post or some troll, you're going to be like, I knew it. I knew it. I told myself that. So just imagine the literal shift in the direction of your life by telling yourself positive things about yourself. So when the world and the universe reflects it back to you, you can say, there it is.
I told myself.
There's a sign.
Yeah,
I told myself. And I love what you were saying earlier is the first person who has to believe is you. Everyone else can believe in yourself, but if you don't, nothing else is going to change. So in this whole life visioning process that we're breaking down here for how to live life on your terms, what do you feel like is the most critical thing that helps people overcome getting off the fence from wanting to do it versus actually taking action?
So I think it starts with knowing, and I know that's hard. I just said that it took me a while to actually see that, I could do anything, but really just showing people, we really only live one time, because that's something that we forget on a daily basis. So I think that's where, the line in the sand moment is when people realize, I can't do this forever. One day I'm going to wake up and I'm going to look back and be like, my life is gone. That segment of my life is gone and I didn't do anything about it. We work so hard, and me and my husband talk about this all the time, is people work so hard, and I'm not knocking jobs or college or anything like that.
Everyone has their own path.
Right, exactly.
But I agree with you. It's like some people, they're not happy with their job.
Right.
It was a statistic. Who knows what stats came from where, but it was like 72% of people are not happy in the job they're in. And people listening right now might be like, that's me.
Yeah. It's sad. It's really sad, because people look at it like, I was at the doctor the other day and they were counting down the years until retirement, and I was like, what could you do? Just thinking on the past year of my life, we have done so much, and just thinking, oh, I've got 12 more years until I can retire. That is the
That's
saddest
not a way to live.
thing to think about.
The real saddest thing, in addition to that, is what happens if the way the universe unfolds, they never make it to that day.
Exactly.
They've been living their life on a hope, on a dream, and they've never been living today. And that's what I love, is it's silly, but it's like you only have one life to live. But if you really believe that, I think one of the best things you can do is listen to people who had that moment where they almost died, or listen to that moment to the people who feel like they got a second chance, or the people that are on their deathbed and they're old and they've lived a life but they have regrets.
Absolutely.
And really that's the thing that's going to help trigger you to be like, I'm never going to have that happen. I tell my mom all the time, I say, look, Mom, if I die, heaven forbid I die before you, just know that I've already lived such an amazing life.
Absolutely.
That I'm good.
Yeah.
If God, the universe wants me back, I'm good. And I think that's ultimately what we're talking about
Absolutely.
here. Live the life you want now. Don't wait until you retire. What is one final powerful thing that we could leave the audience with? And then I want to talk about how people can go and follow you, because this has been super empowering and inspiring.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the biggest things I would like to leave is, you are capable of, you are in control. So many people tell me, oh, well, I can't do this. I can't be an entrepreneur. I've got too much on the line. Your life is on the line. And that's something that I feel like people, don't take it as serious. Like you just said, it's hearing from people that had that moment where it was like, oh, they might not have survived something.
Yeah.
People watch videos all the time and they get inspired by something like that and they decide, oh, I'm going to change my life, but they never really do. So the action starts with you. It's you. You are standing in your own way. There's nothing else you can blame it on. So
that's fantastic advice. And it goes back to the simplest thing, whether you believe you can or you can't. Either way, you're right. And so I love that you say you just got to take that first step. You know you can. It's going to be scary, but you can make it happen. If somebody wants to follow you, they want to learn more about you, where can they do that? Website, social media?
I have websites.
Give us one.
Total Tailored Lifestyle is the best way to find me.
Fantastic. Awesome. Thanks so much for coming on the show. Appreciate
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. I'm Mark Lack. This is Business Rockstars. If you want to watch more of our episodes, you can go to Facebook or businessrockstars.com.